Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
What's up, motherfuckers, and welcome back to the Pressure Podcast.
Yo.
Happy Money Monday. Let's get
Give me a hell yeah!
Today we will recap the conference finals one more time and make our predictions for the NBA finals. And we're also going to talk some football in here.
Finish him!
Without further ado, we are live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cope.
LeBron.
Fatality.
Rated M for millennials, baby. It is Money Monday. The headlines read the NBA Finals debate, the top 5 players in the NBA Finals, and deuces to the NBA on TNT. The last episode is running very soon. You saw they got a championship ring for all of them.
Oh, they did? That was awesome.
So now Ernie and Chuck got a ring alongside with Kenny and Shaq. So now they can't say Charles don't got a ring no more.
That's what's up.
Be cool, nigga.
I don't count rings. Charles Barkley is one of the greatest of all time. And he's probably top 5 greatest of all time ever to win a ring. And it's not all his fault.
Yeah, we did that in that random top. Remember the random top 5 we did?
Just last episode.
Charles Barkley was in that random top 5. So yeah.
I got Charles Barkley over Melo. For sure. What's up, chat? Welcome to the Pressure Podcast. We are here to make our NBA Finals predictions and to debate who's gonna win and all that stuff, and some QFL, some NFL. Let's get to who do you think are the top 5 players in the NBA Finals right now?
SGA, Halliburton, Pascal Siakam. I would say probably go with Williams. So SGA, Pascal Siakam, Halliburton, Williams, and I'm gonna say, I don't know. It's between Turner or Holmgren, but I'm not sure.
I got the same. I got SGA, Siakam, Halliburton, Williams, and probably Miles Turner or Chet Holmgren.
But I'm not sure. And we'll get to that in a second too as well.
Well, the reason I asked because we're gonna do a little different here for the predictions.
What the fuck? I'm gonna say Holmgren, because I feel like Holmgren rebounds the ball a lot better than Miles Turner. Because I don't think Miles Turner really is a rebounding center. He's more of a finesse center, who's more of a shooter than he is a post player. As Holmgren, to me, I think he's got versatility, but he likes the paint, and he'll go in there and do the gritty.
Okay.
And Miles Turner will have to do that in order to win the championship, in my opinion.
Well, the reason I asked this because this is the NBA Finals, the small market edition. It is the Pacers versus the Thunder, who are favored by 9 points in Game 1. Now, why did Vegas have a 9-point spread? Is it because this is one of the most historic teams, one of the best historic teams in the league history? Absolutely.
Goddamn, white boy.
But they're also one of the most historically best defensive teams and offensive teams combined. They have one of the best point differential ratio in NBA history.
And guess who that was last year?
The only guys that were in their that were around their league, some were better than them, some were worse than them. All of them were champions. They had the Celtics there, they had the Bulls there, they had the Lakers, they had the Milwaukee Bucks from a long time ago, and they had I think it's the Bulls again.
Who was the team that didn't get it done?
No, all of them got it done.
They all got it
and
done?
Golden State Warriors was one of them there too.
So there you go.
Those are only 6 teams, and the only one that didn't get it done is the Thunder because they hadn't been done yet. They just got to the finals. So I get that. I also get that they're at home. But
Look at going somewhere with this.
I don't know. This feels like a trap bet. Not a trap game, but a trap bet. Because, yeah, you have one of the best defensive teams in the league, but you got one of the deepest teams on the other side as well. So my question is, before I ask you, do you think this is disrespectful by Vegas? Who's the better team overall? Obviously, your money will have to say OKC, right?
I don't know.
Because when you think a second look, it's not that easy of a OKC landslide.
I will say one thing. They have a champion on their team, and OKC ain't never been in this type of environment.
I mean, they got a champion there in Caruso, but Caruso ain't on Siakam's level. Please stop the nonsense.
First of all, he wasn't a starter. He never was. He was always a bench player, and yes, he did his thing on the bench, but
He ain't no
Siakam is a starter.
He ain't no Magic Johnson Western Conference playoff MVP.
Siakam in 2 of those games had over 30 points in the finals. Like, he was actually putting in work in the finals. It wasn't like he was just the starter and he was just there as a role player. He was actually putting in work to win that championship, along with Van Vliet, along with OG Anunoby. Like, these guys put in work.
Now, this one's weird because on paper, the Thunder look better.
Experience matters, man.
But on paper, the Pacers also look better. It just depends on which one you're looking at. If you're looking at the whole season total, the Thunder look better. But if you're looking at the playoffs, the Pacers look better as a team.
All right, but I will say this. When OKC lost at home, they lost on a tip drill, right? That's the only loss that they have in the playoffs at home. It was against Denver. That was a tip drill. Indiana's lost more than one game at home, and they let somebody come back from 20 down. So if I look at the whole, I'm going with OKC because I feel like their defense would be better than Indiana's.
All right, so who's been more consistent in the playoffs?
I probably would say Indiana at this point.
I have to say Indiana. So obviously the better team has got to be the Thunder because they're one of the historically best teams in the league.
If we went one series, then I'd say OKC because in the Minnesota series, they were very consistent, I believe. I feel like they was pretty much taking care of business every game except for, the game they got blown out by Minnesota. But Indiana's just, like, throughout every series, they've been the same team. So when I look at OKC, I didn't see that the whole playoffs. I just saw that in spurts against the first round, in spurts against the second round, and then we saw, what they're capable of in the third round, which is great because that's when you're supposed to play your best basketball is in the biggest moments. So it shows that you're able to, reach that peak that everybody believes you can get to, which is possibly being the NBA champions. But yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna go with OKC. I'm gonna say OKC.
So
It's a better team.
the better team's got to be OKC just because they're one of the best historical teams of all time. So that's just an easy answer there. But the most consistent team in the playoffs has been the Pacers. And who's the most experienced team? It's the Pacers. So I still see why Vegas has the Thunder favored, but 9 points is a little bit too disrespectful. Like, I don't know.
Not at home.
Finish him.
I don't think so. Not at home.
I don't think it would have killed him to put 5.5. 5.5 is okay. 9?
No, I get it, but they're dominant at home. They've been dominant at home. That's the problem. Like, if they weren't dominant at home, then I could understand that. But I think they're winning by like 20 points a game.
I get that, but let's call it for what it is. The Thunder have not faced a team like this Pacers to sell playoffs. You guys haven't.
Nah, I can't say that.
Yes, I can. Who compares to the Pacers in the route that the Thunder took? Because none of them did. Definitely not the Grizzlies.
But they still had that one. Yeah, but they still had to go through, teams. So I can't discredit them for that, and be like, oh, Indiana faced, I guess, the better team or whatnot, or that they haven't faced a team like that. Nah.
But they haven't.
Nah,
Yes, you can, because they haven't faced an offensive powerhouse like the Pacers have in this playoffs. They haven't faced a team like this. They have faced good teams, but they haven't faced a team like this. They have faced other kind of teams.
I feel like if you neutralize most of what Siakam and Halliburton do, that team's not really that special.
Yes, they are. They have like 10 shooters. When these guys got into foul trouble in Game 6, the guys that nobody knew about, Bryant and all these guys, they were hitting their shots. These guys are shooters.
Yeah, but OKC's got really good defense.
Yes, I get that, but they weren't wide open. We had hand to their face, and they were making them, broski. We were playing very good defense, and they were just making more shots than we were.
Nah, I wouldn't say y'all were playing really good defense.
Yes, we were. You did not see the game. I was here watching the game, and believe me, you should have seen some of the actually half of the threes that nobody's made were not wide open, and they were just falling. And I'm like, yo, how come?
Game 6?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, how come?
But I told you they play better at home. That's what they do.
No. It wasn't just at home.
That's
These
what
nobodies were shooting all series long, and against the what's it called, the Cavs.
Yeah, but not so much.
And they did it last year against you guys.
but not so much on the road.
No, but bro, I already told you this.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. They play better at home.
But that's not
It's
the
the role
point.
players.
That's not the point. The point is that even if they don't play as good at home, they still can shoot. This is a very, very good shooting team. The Thunder have not faced a team that can shoot like the Pacers in this playoffs. That is a fact. That's all I'm saying. Nobody in the playoffs can shoot like the Pacers have. That's the truth. That's not saying anything. I'm just literally making a case here.
I think Denver could shoot with them. I just think Denver shot the ball terribly in this.
Denver cannot shoot with the Pacers.
And then on
bro.
top of that, Jamal Murray and Jokic was just missing a lot of open threes. But Jamal Murray was sick those last 2 games, so I don't even know what the hell that was.
Christian Brown was missing a lot of threes.
No, I think Christian Brown was great in the last 2 games. He wasn't the problem.
Yeah, but he wasn't making too many threes. He was great, but he wasn't making threes.
He was taking a lot of threes.
Gordon wasn't making threes. Michael Porter wasn't making threes. He was on one shoulder.
Yeah, but Michael Porter is hurt again, and that's another one. He was not, 100%.
So my point still stands. Nobody that the Thunder have faced this playoff is like the Pacers in shooting.
So what you're saying is that team wasn't 100%, but that team. So Indiana has better shooters. Is what you're telling me, right?
By far. Like these guys have 5 guys that can shoot in their starting lineup, and then they got 4 or 5 more guys coming out of the bench. Nobody can say that in the NBA.
I can kind of see that.
And I didn't even know that until I saw them come out when they were in foul trouble. I'm like, yo, these guys can shoot too?
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is that the Pacers are the best shooting team the Thunder have faced. So the fact that they haven't faced a team like this, and the fact that they're more consistent and more experienced than the Thunder, because remember, -9 means that they're 9-point favorites. That means that Las Vegas is betting that the OKC role players are going to show up this game. Now, just because they're at home doesn't mean they're going to show up necessarily. They might show up better than they do on the road, but this might not be the game. They might show up next game.
Nah, but they have for most of them.
No, they have not. They have not. They won a game where the entire starting lineup, only one player had a double-digit score. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that against the Pacers. You ain't gonna do that against the Pacers. You could do that against Cantman and non-existent Julius Randle, but you ain't gonna do that against Siakam and company. They're gonna show up. So the role players somewhat show up, and Pacers role players somewhat show up. That's not a 9-point spread. So you're basically, if you bet money on that spread, you basically better hope that the Thunder role players, I'm not talking about Williams, I'm talking about all the other guys. Dort and all those guys. If they hit their shots, Caruso hits their shots. If those guys hit their shots, I could see this being a 9-point game. But if they don't hit their shots, I don't know. I still got the Thunder winning. I'm just saying I think it's a little disrespectful just because you remember, this is a very inexperienced team, a very young team. If I had to bet money, I'm taking the Pacers on the -9. On a +9.
But for some reason, I feel like they really can play with that house money. So I don't think they feel that pressure. Cause
No, I'm sure they're not going to feel the pressure.
Knowing that they're that young, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's telling them that, you guys could be the first team to, you know what I'm saying, be this young and win a championship. So maybe they'll just play a little bit more free.
Here's the thing. This is their NBA Finals debut for this nucleus. So I expect both to be jittery. I expect a slow start and then a strong finish. That's what I expect.
I don't from SGA, though.
Oh, well, I don't know. Even Michael Jordan had a bad first day. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't expect that from him because what I like about him is real easy. His offense, he stays in his pockets, right in the middle of that mid range, and then he can play off of that, and maybe get you the pump fake, get to the free throw line. He gets it going from there. So, and that's gonna happen at home. At home, he's gonna get those calls.
And what if they don't get those calls?
Nah, he's gonna get those calls.
How do you know? They've been picking and choosing this playoffs. Are you gonna bank on it?
Not SGA.
Yes, you have.
Pretty much getting everything.
No, there were 3 games against. No, don't tell me to stop because you know damn well there were 3 games where he didn't even have 10 free throw attempts. That's his average.
Well, that was bad shooting nights.
No. But there were still times where they said that he's not a free throw merchant because he didn't get 10, and it's not like he didn't try. They just weren't calling it sometimes. I was watching the games.
Yeah, but I feel like he has to get that mid range going first. That to me is what gets everybody a little more close to him, so he can draw these fouls. And when he throws that little fidgety shit, that's where he fucks.
And what if Indiana does what they did to Brunson? Fuck him up all day long.
We shall see. I don't think so. Not him. Maybe everybody else. I could see like Williams trying to do some shit like that, and his shot not falling because.
But Williams, you don't have to do that to Williams, and his shot might not fall.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to do that to SGA.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have to do it to Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, and their shot might not fall. But you have to do it to Brunson. Now, however, Brunson did the last 2 games. He did sway off of that shit. It's just the last game, he just wasn't hitting his shots. And he kept turning the ball over. If Halliburton does not turn the ball over.
Yeah, OKC will struggle. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
If Indiana continues not to turn the ball over, then they should be fine. They're gonna have plenty of chances to win this series anyways, but
So who wins? How many games? Why?
I'm still going over.
Give me a hell yeah!
I'm gonna. Damn, you see, because you give me this argument, and it's a good argument, you know what I'm saying? So it makes me think a little bit more than when I was gonna pick what I was picking and why I was picking it. Your argument for how OKC doesn't have any experience and Indy does have a champion on their team, that's big. Absolutely. Again, Caruso's a champion, but he's somebody coming off the benches. It's not the same. I'm gonna say OKC in 7. Reason being is I think this will be one of those like where they had to go like Denver, where Denver didn't just lay down and give up. Same shit. That's what it's giving to me. Like you have to work for this. I think they're the better team, and if they were to get it done, they actually play. You're actually playing their game. Then in 5, but if Indiana, I don't know, steals one or something like that, I can see this going 7.
All right.
Why you smirked? What happened?
If I had to bet money, I have to go with the Thunder. Because the Thunder are the one with the home court advantage. They're the stronger team as of this year. And they've been the most consistent superstar in the entire playoffs. One of the most historic teams in NBA history, as far as we already saw win-loss and point differential ratio is concerned. And not only that, they're very, very, very young with a lot of I wouldn't say beginner's luck, but with a lot of naive fortune, where you're happy-go-lucky. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You just don't know what's going on completely. You don't get the grasp of it. You're just too young to get the grasp of it. You don't have the wisdom yet. But you know how to do your duty to perform what you need to perform for your team. But if I have to bet my life on it, hell no, I'm going with the Pacers. The reason why I'm going with the Pacers is because I don't trust the youth of the Thunder. This is the NBA Finals, and I've seen a lot of teams just, including the Thunder themselves. I remember seeing Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and James Harden just melt down come playoff time. They won the first game, and then they didn't win no more after that. All right? I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen. It's just that if I had to bet money, of course I'm putting it on the Thunder. It's the smart thing. But if my life is on it, I'm not trusting the Thunder with my life just because I know that the other team has a NBA Finals winning coach. Not to mention, this team was in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. This is no fluke. Not to mention, this is a very, 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 very good offensive team. Well coached. And apparently they can play some defense when they call for it. But they got the better clutch players. They got the championship experience player. And I also believe that they were the ones that are going to, do what the Pistons did back in the 80s. It was the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird party, and then the NBA was scripting it for Michael Jordan to take over. But for 2 little years, Detroit came in there and said, hold on, wait a minute, we came to crash the party. I think this is what the Pacers are built to do right now, but I wouldn't bet on it. I'm just saying if my life depended on it, I'm not trusting the youth of the Thunder. I'm sorry, but they're 3 losing rookie deals playing in the NBA Finals for the Thunder.
So is that your pick?
My pick is the Pacers in 6.
Pacers in 6. 8.
Fatality.
I can't go for a superstar who's gay. I can't go for Chet Holmgren, who's homo as fuck. And Jalen Williams, you're cool. You're cool. I ain't got no problem with you. Lou Dort, I think you're good as well.
Williams is SC too.
But I don't trust your coach. I don't trust your coach. I don't trust your bench. I trust the bench of the Pacers more. Right now, I really do. They just been more consistent throughout the playoffs. They just have.
But in order for the Pacers to really win the series, if they do have a chance to win the series, Nembhard has to get going. Because I feel like in the Knicks series, he wasn't like that guy. You saw the moments. Obviously, you can see he's clutch, but it was far in between.
Like the Thunder beat Morantless Grizzlies for like the second half of the series. Hobbled Denver Nuggets, and then a disappearing Julius Randle and a Cant man who just went ice cold. The Pacers went through Spider Mitchell, who basically averaged 40 points on him, and Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are the first teammates to average 25 points plus, and either 5 or more assists, and or 5 or more assists or 5 or more rebounds, and then 10 or more assists and 10 more rebounds. They averaged that for the series against the Pacers, believe it or not. The first time since Shaq and Kobe did that. So the fact that the Pacers have had the best of the superstars of the Knicks, and the Thunder did not get the best of the superstars of the T-Wolves, also gives me doubt and pause for concern. It's just been a little too easy for the Thunder, which is why I just don't see how Vegas can have a
Do you
negative
feel
mind.
the same way about it last year
What?
for Dallas?
I can't remember what Dallas faced.
I think Dallas was the Timberwolves, wasn't it?
Last year was the T-Wolves in the conference finals, but I can't remember anything else the Mavericks played. I remember the T-Wolves took out the Suns and the Joker,
Let me check.
but I can't remember who the T-Wolves took out.
Because then that's how you feel. That's how you would feel about the Celtics, right? Because the Celtics didn't face nobody until they faced Dallas, right? Pretty much.
And you guys faced the Pacers.
Yeah, but the Pacers had Halliburton hurt.
Ah, well then, yeah.
Same thing. Okay. I just want to see what Dallas.
I mean, people were debating that last year was the easiest championship a team ever had, but it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
But yeah, if that argument can be made, I guess it's fair.
I guess it kind of be different though a little bit because they actually been there. They were there. They were there like 2 years ago. So nah, probably not. I would just say that. I feel like that would give them like the experience, like to let them know what the experience was like. So I think they were ready for it a little bit better. I'm not seeing anything here about the teams that. Oh, Memphis. No, that's wrong.
Now, Halliburton better not pull one of those Campman Julius Randles, one of those
Oh my God.
10 points, 5 assists, 5 rebound games. We don't need that, Halliburton.
He's done that though, a couple times.
Yeah, I know. We don't need none of that. Don't go doing that 5 times in the playoffs now.
When did we see SGA do that last year? I think he got it going. I don't know. I feel like he got it going.
He had one game he was shitty. I don't know what the hell happened there.
That was the Mavericks. That was in Dallas. That was the one game where they got cooked.
No, I'm talking about SGA this year.
Oh, yeah, Halliburton had 2 of them. But he's had, I ain't gonna lie, that game he had, what was it, 35, 13, and like 10 or something like that? With no turnovers? That's insane.
Yeah, they said that he completed 77 passes and no interceptions. That would be a record in the QFL.
So if they have to deal with that while he's shooting the way he was shooting in that game, y'all in for a long fucking series.
So he's got the Thunder in 7. I got the Pacers in 6. So let's talk some football now. So did you hear this numbnuts Kobe, whatever his name is, the cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons, the undrafted motherfucker that he is?
Finish him!
Kobe something.
Is this another Kobe Bryant?
Kobe something, but it's Kobe Cobee.
Yeah, that's Kobe Bryant, right? From no, you said Kentucky, right? Did you say Kentucky? Or you said Kansas? I think you said Kansas. I remember Kobe from Kansas, not Kentucky.
Where is it at? Yeah, Kobe Bryant from Kansas.
What do you say?
He posted a picture of Lamar Jackson, but with James Harden's face on it. Look what this motherfucker did right here. See that? That James Harden shit. This motherfucker is not. He's not even drafted. He's undrafted.
Where you get drafted to?
To the Atlanta
Undrafted?
Falcons. He didn't get drafted. He was signed undrafted.
It's a bad omen on
to the Atlanta Falcons, and he got the nerve to post this about Lamar, a guy who doesn't talk shit, a man who just stays in the lab and does his homework and literally keeps his mouth shut. You want to attack the fucking 2-time MVP?
Yeah, it's a Juggernaut, bitch!
Who the fuck do you think you are, motherfucker? You ain't shit. Just because your name's Kobe Bryant doesn't mean you're going to be anything. I mean, usually when a guy talks like that, he's something. He's usually something, but I think you're nothing.
A no good loser like you bum!
I think you are trash. And the fact that you put your name, not your money, you put your name where your mouth is, now the entire NFL world is watching, especially Baltimore. Don't you ever go to, because you play in the NFC. We don't play the fucking Falcons this year. I already looked it up. It's all good. But do you play the Redskins? I forgot to check. He might get shot. He might not even make the team for him to get shot anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. The Falcons' defense is that bad. You never know. He might just make the team.
I'm trying to figure out, did he do that to kind of like so that the fans would embrace him? Because Atlanta, their favorite quarterback is Mike Vick.
Yeah,
so
but
do they make is he doing that like saying Mike Vick's better than, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Or is he? But I mean, it could be like that, but it's just too much. It's too much to do. Like why do?
I don't know
that?
how it could be like that because he didn't put anything about Vic on it.
No, because he's gonna be playing for Atlanta.
Yeah, but he would have to.
Why wouldn't he do that before he got? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he doing that now that he got drafted to Atlanta?
Unsigned. Undrafted.
Oh, whatever the case, it don't matter.
No, but I think he's already been signed. He just did this a few days ago.
That's what I'm saying. So why do that now if you felt that way? You know what I'm saying? Why would you put that up now?
I think he's just trying to get his name going. But he's going to have to prove it on the fucking field.
That's what I feel like. He's trying to, do something with the fans.
I just think he's trying to get his name out there.
Controversy he sells, so...
Yeah, but you got to back it up with your game. So we're going to be watching, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're in trouble now. We're
going to be watching
to
Mr.
me, you just put the target on your back. That's basically what you just did.
And
I wouldn't have done that. It's too much.
I wish we played... You know what? We'll go to Goodell listen, Goodell, change our first game of the preseason to the Falcons. Lamar's playing.
You know damn well Lamar ain't playing no preseason game.
Yes, he is. As long as Kobe Bryant is out there, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Yes, the fuck he is. And he's going to make him look stupid, too.
I promise you he won't play.
And he don't even need Zay Flowers. Just give him the unsigned wide receivers that we got. We'll do work with him, too. We'll see.
Would you say you bet your life? I bet my life on it that he don't play.
If Kobe Bryant is there, yes, he will.
In the preseason.
Yes, he will. Because we don't even face the Falcons in the preseason.
He's not that type of guy.
No.
He don't care about none of that shit. Let that nigga talk. He already know he ain't going nowhere. You ain't nothing but
fuck that
somebody
shit.
I'm gonna be throwing the ball against.
I like it. I just want to be able to face him. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked it if he would have said it about a quarterback that he actually plays this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't.
He said that shit over there, that side.
You know what
over
I'm
there
saying?
sending strays and shit.
Lamar is not going to reply. He's going to reply on the field. But let's see if you reply on the field, because you just put a target on your back, and your name is Kobe Bryant.
I can already see like the press conference.
Your name is Kobe Bryant.
When they ask him, he's gonna be like, "Man, ain't nobody worried about that, man." That's exactly what he's gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? So
I swear, that's his demeanor. Same with Jalen Hurts. They basically got the same demeanor when it comes to that shit.
yes. So here are the top influential NBA players of all time. They did this to give props to
Steph?
to the I guess the class of influence or whatever is what they had. It is like a special that they had a few days ago, and this is the list of the most influential people of all time. And the funny thing is, other than Magic Johnson, once again, it's literally the 5 guys that we have over here. Jordan, Curry, Kobe, LeBron, Iverson.
Damn.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Finish him.
You already know we are ahead of the game. Look at this. Look at this. We didn't make this. We made this months ago. All right. This is here with football season. Sorry. Look. The reason why is because I'm a millennial. This is rated M for millennials, motherfucker. So we're going to do things millennial style. And for those who are millennials, people who were raised in the 90s, the most influential players in NBA history for us are these guys right here. And it's not even close. It's not even close.
And then we got
I was thinking of putting Kevin Durant up there. Trust me, I was thinking Kevin Durant belongs up there. Maybe even T-Mac. Maybe even Shaq. But no, they just didn't have it like Iverson did, like Curry, like LeBron. These are the face of the franchise or face of the NBA kind of dudes. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally what we have here. Is the face of the NBA. At one time, it was Iverson, then it was Kobe, then Curry, then Jordan, then, you know what I'm saying, LeBron. So let's get to the top 25 QFL players of all time. Number 1, obviously, is the GOAT, Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, LT, Reggie White, but he should be in a Philly uniform, Jim Brown,
crazy.
Mahomes, Barry Sanders, Peyton, Joe Montana, and I believe that's Mike. No, that's not Mike Ditka. That's got to be Dick Butkus. That's definitely got to be Dick Butkus. That's a 5. Yeah, that's a linebacker's uniform. So that's the top 10. Do you agree with that top 10? Except the jersey over here.
Is that Walter Payton?
Well, I'm just saying if you agree with the top 10.
Not Mahomes, but yeah.
Not Mahomes. You're right. You are absolutely right. To me, number 1 is Brady. Number 2 is Jerry Rice. Number 3 is LT. Number 4 is Reggie. And number 5 is Jim Brown. That top 5 can stay like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 6 to me is Peyton. Number 7 to me, you could put Barry Sanders there. Number 8 to me is Joe Montana. Number 9 to me is Ray Lewis. And then number 10, you could put I'll say Walter Payton. I think Walter Payton is way more important than Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus is the man, but Ray Lewis has surpassed him.
Oh, no, that's
Come on, baby. That's they got the.
Is that Walter Payton though? That's
yes.
Walter Payton. I think Walter Payton.
So that's the 10 right there. Let's look at the next
top 10.
15. So the funny thing is, they got 2 guys here from Baltimore. They got the Baltimore Colts, Johnny Unitas, and the Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewis, next to each other. The funny thing is, outside of the NT Bank Stadium, there are 2 statues next to each other. And those are the guys right there, Johnny Unitas and fucking Ray Lewis. You already.
Give me a hell yeah!
I'm not looking like Ray statue out there looking all crazy.
Randy Moss belongs up there. He to me is the second best receiver in NFL history that's not named Jerry Rice. Okay, then Aaron Donald, Walter Payton, Mean Joe Green, Bruce Smith, Megatron does not belong in the top 18. Rod Woodson, John Elway, Gronkowski don't belong in the top 21. Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed, LT don't belong in the top 25. and Dan Marino. Dan Marino don't belong in the top 25. It should be Lamar Jackson,
I could have swore
motherfucker.
that was.
Yeah, it's the looking like, bitch.
I seen the green. Oh, my bad.
Because his best years was with the New York Trash. That's why. You don't give a fuck about scoring 20 touchdowns if you don't get to the playoffs.
Be cool, nigga.
But I think
I think Dan is low as hell, bro.
I think we need to eliminate.
I think Dan is low as hell.
I think we need to eliminate
They
LT.
definitely went by ring. Like you got
LT, Megatron, and Gronk don't belong there, and Dan Marino don't belong there no more. Sorry, Dan, you were great. You were great,
But
you
you
ain't,
don't not 25.
you ain't shit to me no more. Drew Brees is better than you.
What the fuck? But not 25. Nah.
No, because it's supposed to be Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is way better than fucking Dan Marino will ever be.
Nah, don't say that.
Yes, I'm saying it. The fuck? Who the hell is Dan Marino? Who the fuck is that?
A no good loser like you, you bum!
All right. How many MVPs does he have? One? Man, fuck him. My boy got two. Ed Reed belongs where Megatron is. Gronk should be gone, and it should be who's here that's not missing? Oh, Deion Sanders. Where the fuck is Prime at? Nah, I put Prime over fucking Gronk, and definitely over Megatron. I got fucking Deion Sanders over Megatron and Gronk, personally.
This is tough.
This is not tough. Dan Marino don't belong, and neither does LT for that matter. But I know damn well Gronk and punk ass Megatron don't belong up there. What did Megatron do? What did Megatron do that T.O. didn't? What did Megatron do that Chad Johnson didn't? What did Megatron do that Randy Moss didn't? All he did was sit his black ass in a fucking bus. That's all he goddamn did. All right? That's all he did. He just sat his black ass down there. Everybody else done it before, but no, it got to be Rosa Parks, I guess, called. No, that's Megatron ain't shit. Megatron ain't shit to be in the top 25, bro. Nah, he don't belong in the top 25.
Maybe not top 25, but Dan does. I don't care what anybody says.
Fuck Dan
does.
Marino.
Dan does, bro.
Fuck Dan Marino.
Goddamn white boy!
They ain't about to do that nigga like that.
I am. Fuck Dan
that
Marino.
shit.
All right, now here's the Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, okay? So these are the favorites to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Ashton Genty, I don't think he's going to do very good in
Man,
Oakland.
that's tough first year, and then I don't know what that O-line is going to look like.
Exactly.
That's tough.
Cam Ward is probably the favorite to me. Travis Hunter should be number 2.
I think he might be the favorite.
Omarion Hampton, we'll see. Running back.
I mean, he could be, because they do actually have a good team for the most part. The quarterback's the problem with that team. The Chargers.
Quinshon Judkins.
I'm going to say Matthew Golden.
Matthew Golden's got a good chance to do good.
I don't know about this Tyler. They said they were kind of high on him. I don't know. I don't know too much about him. I don't know too much about DJ Harvey either. So
I was trying to get the defensive rookies, but they didn't have it there. Not yet.
I'll probably say my favorite would be Travis Hunter, and the runner-up is Matthew Golden. I don't think Ashton Genty, unless you know what that offensive line is going to look like, you're going to be able to get too many holes. And then, although he is kind of like a Maurice Jones-Drew type of running back, where he's kind of like a ping pong ball. So he'll get some runs, but Matthew Golden on that team that's already kind of like established. I like their system too. Their system is for the wide receiver, so why not? I'm gonna go with Matthew Golden. I think Travis Hunter too.
Well,
Damn, Travis Hunter's gonna have Brian Thomas right next to him too, so it's like somebody's gonna eat on that team.
That might be my keeper. Fuck Amon Ra.
What the fuck? God damn, are you serious?
Fuck Amon Ra. They got like 8,000 weapons over there. He ain't gonna eat no more.
Whatever. Who's
Bro,
not gonna eat?
He didn't have 100 catches last year.
Bro, like you expect him to have 100 catches every year?
He had 110, 115 2 years before. No,
Yeah,
fuck
because they
that
had no
shit.
wide receivers.
And that's why I'd rather have Brian Thomas now.
Brian Thomas got you how many catches?
He had like 80 something, almost the exact same as this guy, and he's only going this way.
And he's a rookie.
So
Yeah, nah, he's tough.
that might be my kid. But fuck Amon Ra.
Wow.
I ain't made the playoffs with Amon Ra. Fuck him. Fuck him. I mean, it was because of injuries and because of Laporta, but fuck him. Fuck him.
Be cool,
That
nigga.
was bad, boy.
Fuck Sam Laporta, too. So I'm not drafting the guy.
And every time you sat that nigga, he do good.
Not really. No,
no.
I sat him so much that eventually he did do good, but no. He was never in my starting lineup after week 7. Fuck that shit.
The best drive move
Man,
I
I
had.
only had 3 catches, bro.
The best drive move I had was Bowers.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moves. I was like, damn, this nigga's eating, what?
Yeah, so I'm not drafting the Detroit Lions as long as it's not a running back. Not doing it.
Bowers could have a big year because of Ashton Genty.
Bowers gonna have a big year with or without punk
Yeah,
ass
no, I
Genty.
know, but I'm just saying. That's a.
What if Ashton Genty's
That's
a
an addy.
bust? What if Ashton Genty's a bust? What's the last good running back?
Do I think he? No, I don't think he's a bust. I just think he's a little overhyped.
Darren McFadden was
Anyway.
a long time ago. When's the last time the Raiders really had a elite running back worth a note?
Jacobs.
Nope, he wasn't elite. He was good, but he wasn't elite.
Oh, elite.
Yeah,
Damn, I don't know.
yeah. Darren McFadden was a long time ago.
And I don't even
The
think
days
he
of
was
Bo
that.
Jackson and what was the other
Damn.
punk ass?
We got to go all the way back
USC?
there. Really? I really can't think of.
Darren McFadden's the last one.
Raiders.
I wouldn't draft him personally, not even as my 5th running back.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
He went to Boise State.
But I do know one thing. People get those wrong all the time, the running backs, when they take them early. And usually the second one is better. Look at Jahmyr Gibbs. He's better than Bijan. And I didn't even know that. Like, I thought it was Bijan. So
Yep.
most of the time they get those wrong. And my sleeper for the running backs is Travion Henderson. Because that dude can go.
Like Trent Richardson. Trent Richardson was
Oh
the first
my
running
God.
back taken.
I told people, I was like, nah, that's not, I don't care. 3rd pick overall.
You know who was the
3rd
second?
pick overall.
You know who was the second running back pick? He was way better. Ray Rice.
Be cool, nigga.
Just keep him away from a woman in the elevator. It will be all right. That's all right. Can't be dragging ladies out the fucking elevator, Ray Rice.
That nigga thought he was at training camp.
That's to this day, that's the funniest Halloween costume I ever seen.
That nigga got PTSD from training camp. He said, let's go to work.
So dude in downtown was in a Ray Rice uniform with the football pads and all, bro. Dragging a blow up downtown. I was weak. That's still the best costume I ever seen. That shit was genius.
Oh, shit.
Yes, sir. We're gonna sign out here, everybody. Appreciate y'all. We're at the 50-minute mark. We are the Pressure Podcast. It means to perform, react, and dual using strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfuckers.
Give me a hell yeah!
Podcast reviewer has saved. If you have a webcam, we can send you a link so we can put you on a little screen back there. Hop on the mic and talk your shit.
Finish him!
Feel free to subscribe, leave a like, and comment. We want to hear your takes, and we'll be back Thursday. We'll see you then, motherfuckers, and